Hi everybody, this is Adam with STM Cycling, and I'm going to give a little demonstration on how the sprint shift lever works on the Stages SC3 indoor bike. Also, a little bit about the blue knob. So, I'm going to start off around 65 RPMs, and I'm going to increase the resistance and try and get to about 100 watts. So I'm going to stay at 65 RPMs and add a little bit more resistance. So I'm almost at 100 watts. Okay, 65 there. 65 RPMs, 100 watts. Let me take a little bit more off. All right, that's good enough. So about 65 watts, 65 RPMs, about 100 watts. Now I'm going to stay at 65 RPMs and go to lever position 2. I'm in lever position 1. I'm going to go to lever position 2, stay at 65 RPMs. Let's see where the watts go. Lever 2, 65 RPMs, and it settled in at about 160, which puts, if you're an FTP of 210, that puts you in the very beginning of zone 3. I'm going to go back to lever position 1, 65 RPM still, and it should go back to about the 100 watts, which puts me less than 55% or active recovery. So now I'm going to go back to the lever 2, but I'm going to go to lever 3 this time and stay at 65 RPMs. And let's see how many watts it puts us at. Let's see. 65 watts. It's about, 65 RPMs. It's about 230 watts, which is about the middle of zone 5. So I'm going to go back to lever 1, 65 RPMs. Oh, I really speeded up there. All right. So now let's go up to 80 RPMs. So, okay, 80 RPMs. I'm in lever position 1. I'm about 80 RPMs. And I'm going to go down to 100 watts again. So I'm taking resistance off of the blue knob. Hold on. Okay. Got distracted there for a second. So 80 RPMs, about 100 watts. There we go. Let's see if there's a difference between 65. We're going to go to lever 2, 80 RPMs. We started out at 80 RPMs, lever 1. So now we're about 180 watts. And lever 3 at 80 RPMs. Woo, buddy. If I can do it, there's 80. That puts me up pretty high in red. So there's anaerobic. Back to lever position 1. 80 RPMs, slow down. 80 RPMs. Back to 100 watts. So what was it? I'm going to go back to 65 RPMs again. $65. All right. So there's about 65 and 100 RPMs. I'm going to go to lever 2. Still at 65. And it goes up to about 170 watts. All right, let's go back to lever 1. Go up to 80 RPMs. So it's about 170. 80 RPMs. 100 watts. Let's take some resistance off. This is 100 watts. Okay, there it is. So lever 2 at 80 RPMs. Still about 170 watts, about the same thing. Okay, so let's try it again. Back to lever 1. I'm going to go to 95 RPMs. Okay, 95 RPMs. Take a little resistance off, so I want to get to 100 watts. Okay, it's pretty close. That's about there. Hold on. 95 there. 95 about 100 watts. So I'm going to go to lever 2, stay at 95 RPMs. (95 RPMs), come on. There we go. It's about 10 more watts. So it's about 180. Yeah, there's 95. About 180 watts, so 10 more watts. So let's try it a little higher wattage now. So we're going to go back to 65 RPMs, but this time I'm going to have about 150 watts on there. So 65 RPMs. Increase the resistance. Okay. So 65 RPM is about 150 watts. Last time I was 65, I started out with 100 watts. I'm still 65 RPMs. I'm going to start out with 150 watts. Let me take a hair off. 65 RPMs. Come on, you can do it. All right, so it's about 150 watts there. Now I'm going to go to lever 2 at 65 RPM. So it starts at 150. Stay at 65 watts. It's about 240. So that's about 80 watt difference. Okay, so now I'm going to go 80 RPMs and 150 watts. Take a little resistance off. Okay, there we go. 80 RPMs, 150 watts. Now I'm going to go to lever 2. Stay 80 RPMs. Now 245, 250. So a few more watts, maybe 90 more watts. And I hate to say this, I'm going to go to lever 3 at 80 RPMs. (350 watts). Okay. That's enough. Back to lever 1. 80 RPMs. And it's about 150 watts. So, cool little experiment on how the sprint shift lever works. So have a great day. Bye.